Hello students, welcome to Narayana online classes. Students, let us look at one more assignment with the help of interesting examples and diagrams. Students, our today's topic is animal tissues, chapter animal tissues. First question I am reading in this assignment from the animal tissues lesson. What is a tissue? A tissue is considered as, suppose take a tissue. A tissue is a structure which is made up of more than more than two different types of cells. More than two different types of cells. A tissue is a complex structure. Otherwise, how can you define a tissue? A tissue is a complex structure that is made up of more than three or four different types of cells. So anyway, a tissue which is a complex structure that is having different types of cells which performs various functions. Going to second question. What are the different types of animal tissues? So let me tell you the various types of animal tissues. For that, let us look at the mind map. First type of animal tissues, epithelial or epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissue. Second type of animal tissue, muscular tissue or muscular tissue. Third type of tissues, connective tissues. Fourth one, the nerves tissue. So total together four different types of tissues. Now each and every tissue having structurally, functionally different activities. Suppose take epithelium. There are many epithelial tissues that are there. What are those? Suppose first epithelial tissue is the squamous epithelial tissue, and second epithelial tissue is cuboidal epithelial tissue, simple squamous epithelium or simple cuboidal epithelium. Third type of epithelial tissue is glandular epithelial tissue that lines the inner walls of glands. Fourth one, columnar epithelial tissue that lines the inner walls of internal organs. Let us see about muscular connective tissue. There are muscular tissues are of three different types. What are those? Smooth muscles, and smooth muscles are nothing but striated muscles, non-striated muscles, and the third one is blood. Suppose third one is cardiac type of muscular tissue. Whereas if you come to the connective tissues, what are those different types of connective tissues? The various connective tissues, skeleton or skeleton system, which is a connective tissue, fluid connective tissue, the blood, fluid connective tissue. Okay, all these are connective tissues that are present in our body. Whereas nerve tissue only seen in the brain, nerve tissue which is a specialized tissue seen in the brain, cardiac tissue present in the heart. So one more type of muscular tissue is cardiac tissue that is only seen in the heart. Now let us go for next question, third one. What is epithelial tissue and types of epithelial tissue? What is epithelium? The epithelial tissue which is an one of the major tissue that lines the inner walls of internal organs. inner walls of internal organs. Not only the internal linings that are also lines the outermost surface of the organs. So anyway, an epithelial tissue is a covering layer on the outer surface of a tissue, as usually in the inner walls of a tissue. Anyway, an epithelium is an covering layer, thin or thick covering layer. What are the types of epithelium, as I have discussed with you? What are the various types of epithelial tissues? First type of epithelium is, let us take the first type of epithelium. Squamous epithelial tissues or squamous epithelium, cuboidal epithelium, squamous epithelium, cuboidal epithelium. Third one, columnar epithelium, columnar epithelium. Fourth one, and glandular epithelium, glandular epithelium, and stratified or pseudostratified epithelium, stratified and pseudostratified epithelium. Various types of epithelial tissues that are seen in our body. Each and every epithelium is having its own role, its unique role in our body. Let us see next question, students. The functions of epithelial tissue are protection, secretion, absorption. Definitely, these three functions are performed by the epithelial tissue. Option 4 is the correct one. What are simple epithelial tissue? Simple epithelial tissue, simple epithelium. The simple epithelium which lines the internal organs. The simple epithelium generally helps to form a complete layer of basement membrane. The basement membrane is seen on the the basement membrane gives support to the simple epithelium. The simple epithelium performs various functions like secretion, absorption, and also excretion. Going for next question, students. Sixth one. What are squamous epithelium? What are squamous epithelium? Suppose the squamous epithelium is one of the important epithelium that is seen in the glomerular tubules. Glomerulus tubules. Finally, what is the definition of a squamous epithelium? The squamous epithelium is one of the important epithelium that covers the inner walls of some internal organs, where there is a facilitated filtration or absorption, where there is diffusion, and where there is a filtration, in this process or in these functions, the squamous epithelium plays an important role. Okay. So finally, what is the definition for squamous epithelium? The tissue which lines the organs and helps in the filtration and diffusion and absorption is called as the squamous epithelium. Suppose if you take the Bowman's capsule, let me draw the Bowman's capsule. So imagine it is a Bowman's capsule, the Bowman's capsule of a nephron. So in the Bowman's capsule of a nephron, you can see glomerular tubules. So these are glomerular tubules. Here there are glomerular tubules. Glomerulus or glomerulus or glomerular tubules. These glomerular tubules, they performs, or the inner walls of these glomerular tubules, they have a single layer of epithelial tissue. This single layer of epithelium is called as the squamous epithelium. What is that called? Squamous epithelium. The squamous epithelium of glomerular tubules plays an important role in the ultrafiltration process. So the ultrafiltration or filtration initiated by the tissue called squamous epithelial tissue, which lines the inner walls of glomerular tubules. So squamous epithelium helps in the ultrafiltration process as usually diffusion process. What do you mean by diffusion? Movement of molecules from one place to another place is called as a diffusion, isn't it? So movement of molecules from higher concentration to lower concentration, which is considered as a diffusion process. So in our body, especially in our body, the diffusion takes place in alveoli. Diffusion takes place in alveoli. How the process of diffusion takes place in alveoli, I want to explain through a diagram. Let us see how the diffusion process takes place in alveoli. You know very well, an alveoli is a microscopic structure, and it is a microscopic structure, and it is a room like structure or a small chamber. It is a small room like structure, little chamber. Okay, they are sac like structures. If you look at the inner walls of this uh, alveoli, alveoli are nothing but, where you can see the alveoli. The alveoli are air sacs, nothing but these are air sacs present in lungs. So each lung is made up of microscopic chambers called as air chambers or air sacs. Okay, now let us see carefully. Here, during inspiration, you know very well, oxygen is filled inside the alveoli. Oxygen is filled inside the alveoli. When this oxygen enters into this alveoli, immediately what will happen, do you know? The oxygen atoms are diffused into the lining of epithelium, which we are discussed. This lining of epithelium is called as generally squamous epithelium. What it is called? Squamous epithelium. Through this squamous epithelial layer, the oxygen atoms are entering into the blood. So you can see here, here you can see the blood vessel. So imagine it is a blood vessel. So into these blood vessels, with the help of squamous epithelium, oxygen atoms are diffused and fused with the hemoglobin molecule that is present in the RBC. So squamous epithelium is widely seen in the area where there is a facilitated absorption, or where there is a diffusion, where there is a filtration especially. Going for next question, seventh one. Cuboidal epithelium is present in the dash organs. Cuboidal epithelium. Suppose how this cuboidal epithelium is formed. The cuboidal epithelium is formed by the cube-shaped cells. So cuboidal epithelium is formed by the cube-shaped cells. So these cube-shaped cells are seen in the inner walls of kidney, in the inner walls of salivary glands. Generally you can see cuboidal epithelium. Okay, especially in the kidney, where you can see the cuboidal epithelium. Cuboidal epithelium lines the inner walls of proximal convoluted tubule. The kidneys are made up of nephrons. Kidneys are made up of nephrons. Each nephron is a microscopic structure, and there are different segments are seen in the nephron. First segment of nephron is called as proximal convoluted tubule or PCT. In this proximal convoluted tubule, you can see a specialized tissue which is having cube-shaped cells called as cuboidal epithelial tissue. What is the function of cuboidal epithelial tissue? Cuboidal epithelial tissue increases surface area of absorption. It increases surface area of absorption. The surface area of absorption increased by the cuboidal epithelium present in the proximal convoluted tubule. Clear, students? And if we go for 8th question, columnar epithelium, you know that? Why it is called columnar? Long or cylindrical shaped cells are present in the columnar epithelium. So what do you mean by a columnar? Columnar, it is a scientific word which means long and cylindrical cells. Long or cylindrical cells. The tissue which contains long and cylindrical cells is called as generally the columnar epithelium. The columnar epithelium is having hair-like structures which is called as cilia. Okay. Anyway, the cilia, it helps in the collection of food particles or any substances, so that with the help of the cilia, the columnar epithelial cells absorbs certain kind of materials. So basic function of this ciliated columnar epithelium is it increases the surface area of absorption, and it is present in the inner walls of stomach, in the lines of lining of intestine. Generally you can see the columnar epithelium. So the answer is fourth option, both 1 and 2. Clear, students? This is an interesting assignment key for this session. Remaining we'll discuss later. Until be safe. Thank you.